Hi there. I wanted to tell you a story, and this is based around the whole philosophy of, or my philosophy of reconnection, anyway. And it's been one that I've been struggling with for a long, long time. As some of you who've been through the process would know me, this has been a long journey. And for those of you who have no idea why they're here or what they're doing, this might give you a little bit of an insight. So, as I said, I always grew up with music. It was I suppose my gateway to the stars, and my dreams and everything was all sort of invested into my inside world. Primarily, to be honest with you, because we just didn't really have a particularly connected or warm upbringing, and music was a form of release, escape, whatever you want to call it. For some reason, it was denied me or pushed aside or dismissed. And when you're very young, well, I suppose if you're sensitive, it can impact on you, and it certainly did that for me. The worst thing about it, as I've said in some of my previous videos, is that you end up refining your dream, but in the reality, you're not living it at all. And when you come down to earth, you're just not particularly satisfied or content, and you end up just being frustrated. It's what I call the frustration gap. For a period of the day, you might be fine, enjoying yourself with people or whatever it is, but then this kind of thought kicks in and you just start to become frustrated. And this has gone on for how many years, I can't tell you. Even to the point when I had friends at school or college that said, let's join a band or something. I loved the idea of it, but I didn't have the belief, the confidence, the foundation just to do it. So I ended up putting that off as well. And I've had so many opportunities to do things. And again, a lack of belief, confidence have prevented me from doing it. So the kicker in all of this, the change, as I would share with you in my course and various other things, was the awareness of that. And then the fact that I had a breakdown, an emotional breakdown, which was all around this whole issue, to be honest with you. Because even though I had money and I had a good job and I was sitting in an office and I wasn't really stressed out, I had a very nice, situation, it all started to sort of fade into insignificance. It felt like nothing. I had a life light, if you like. No problems, but just nothing going on. And it culminated in a breakdown. And it was that breakdown, an out of body situation, which some of you who are a little bit more grounded might say that's nonsense, but it's not, I promise you. Something shook me up and said, now is the time to make this real. Because if you don't make this real, you're going to go back into your head again and you're just going to carry on the same way. And why would you go through all of this pain and anguish for no outcome? So this is what happened ultimately after 2 weeks of sitting in an apartment in another country, just staring into space. I got up almost like in a trance, and I walked to a desk and started to write. And I started to write and write and write and write. And in the end, I had a book, pretty much. And it was a release. It was an introspective form of words that became poems and potentially songs as well. But this is how it started. Now, that's all well and good. Suddenly, you've smashed that a little bit. But I didn't have a key factor. And that was the reason why, other than for myself. Many years later, my daughter came into it, and she was the one who basically shifted me into gear. Because I could share my stories with her, I could bond with her and help her and ensure that she didn't go through what I went through. This was the driver. And through a series of events and other stories that I'll share with you later, I've made sure, and she's now on her own path to do what she wants, that she believes in, and she'll be fine. But this is an issue that affects a lot of us. Anyway, 4 minutes into a video, I just wanted to sort of 5 minutes, should I say, thank you for bearing with me. But the next part of this is for me to also break the ice, and that is I've written several songs about this whole issue, and this particular one is called Better Late Than Never, and I think it's, for me, real, very real. So if you've got the patience and interest, I'd love you to listen to this, and I want to share it with you.